Greetings, I am Maleficious, and today I am playing Grand Theft Auto Vice City. And man, this has been one I've been looking forward to. So, yeah, not sure what much more to say. I don't know, I do have a little bit of history with the game. Granted, I didn't play it when it first came out, because I didn't have a PlayStation 2, but I was kind of interested in it, because at the time I had a subscription to Electronic Gaming Monthly, and they were pretty heavily involved. Well, they gave some pretty good coverage to it, rather. So, yeah, I read a lot of articles about it. I read the interview. They did an interview with Ray Liotta, who is the voice of Tommy Vercetti, the protagonist. But you know what? Yeah, let's just dive right in, I think. So, yeah, I think subtitles should be on.
Tommy Vercetti? Shit. Didn't think they'd ever let him out.
He kept his head down. Helps people forget.
People will remember soon enough. When they see him walking down the streets of their neighborhoods, it will be bad for business.
Well, what are we gonna do, Sonny?
We treat him like an old friend and keep him busy out of town, okay? We've been talking about expanding down south, right? Vice City is 24 karat gold these days. The Colombians, the Mexicans, hell, even those Cuban refugees are cutting themselves a piece of some nice action.
But it's all drugs, Sonny. None of the families will touch that shit.
Times are changing. The families can't keep their backs turned while our enemies reap the rewards. So, we send someone down to do the dirty work for us and cut ourselves a nice, quiet slice, okay? Who's our contact down there?
Ken Rosenberg, schmuck of a lawyer. How's he gonna hold Vercetti's leash?
We don't need him to. We just set him loose in Vice City. We give him a little cash to get started, okay? Give it a few months. Then we go down. Pay him a little visit, right? See how he's doing.
Hey, guys, it's Ken Rosenberg here. Hey, great, hey. Well, I'm gonna drive you guys to the meet, okay? Now, I've talked to the suppliers, and they are very keen to start a business relationship. So, if all goes well, we should be doing very nicely for ourselves, which is, you know, good. Okay, so they're brothers, okay? One operates the business, and the other one does the flying. Okay, that's them in the chopper. All right, here's the deal. They want a straight exchange on open ground. All right? Okay, stay tight. Let's go.
Got it?
100% pure grade A Colombian, my friend.
Let me see it.
The greens?
10s and 20s. Used.
I think we have a deal, my friend.
Oh, shit! Come on, get out of here! Drive!
I poked my head out of the gutter for one freaking second and fate shovels shit in my face.
Go get some sleep.
What are you gonna do?
I'll drop by your office tomorrow and we can start sorting this mess out.
So, yeah, what really impressed me out of this game is how good it still looks. It's been, what, almost 15... Yeah, about 15 years, because it came out 2003, 2004, and it still looks really good even now. And I suppose what amazes me even more than that is that a game designed to be played on Windows 95, 98, and 2000 still manages to work somehow on Windows 10. I can't get Grand Theft Auto 3 off the retail disc to run this, and I was able to get San Andreas to run for about a month, but then I updated my drivers and all of a sudden it stopped working. But this, it's still working. Although there was one slight problem. The mouse controls the camera. Well, sometimes it doesn't recognize it. Oh sure, I can still left click to attack and right click to aim. Well, to aim down sights. But yeah, it wouldn't allow me to move the mouse to move camera. But I managed to find a workaround. I plug my PS4 controller into my computer, and it recognizes the controller as a joystick, or rather as a controller. But that makes the mouse work again, and I don't know why. So anyway, I'm going to get into this Admiral, I think it is. Yeah. Yeah, I love the soundtrack on this game. And I'm probably going to get a ton of copyright strikes. Whoops. Because of it. Because there's so much good music. I had every single
We
channel.
interrupt your programming with a message from the State Department. All bridges and some roads in the Vice City metropolitan area have been closed because of a severe weather warning. Meteorologists are tracking Hurricane Hermione, which has devastated 5 Caribbean islands and is heading for Vice City. More updates soon.
Yeah, so that's how they gate you off in this game, which they do pretty much in every game. So Vice 3, you're gated off in the first island because the bridge was blown up at the start. So yeah, right now we only have access to this island, but that's still a large amount of area to play in. Vice City is pretty big. I think it's something like 16 square kilometers, which was the largest map at the time. Well, it may not have been the largest map at the time it was published, but even still, there's a lot to do here. Now granted, more modern games have a lot more space to play around with, but I think Grand Theft Auto Vice City is just about the right size. I feel it's the right size. Like, when I was playing through San Andreas, I was getting a feeling that the map was too large. But I eventually adapted to it, so I got used to it. Yeah. What else was I thinking of? Oh, yeah. Ray Liotta, who we've heard quite a fair bit of. He's probably most well known for playing Henry Hill in the movie Goodfellas, which I guess that was also interesting. Like a couple of months after they did the Ray Liotta interview, Electronic Gaming Monthly actually got to sit down with Henry Hill, and they wanted his opinion on a couple of these crime action adventure games. So they asked they sat him down with a couple of consoles and one of his sons, and they asked him to play Grand Theft Auto Vice City and The Driver, I think, and was it True Crime Streets of LA? I think those were the 3 games they asked him to play, which they thought he'd be interested in because, you know, he was a career gangster, mobster. And then, but what really amuses me is, they also asked him to play Animal Crossing on the GameCube. And out of all the games, he liked Animal Crossing the most.
Hello, Sonny.
Tommy! Tommy, it's been too long. I know. You're just overwhelmed with emotion. 15 years.
Seems like only yesterday.
I guess that's a perspective thing.
Hey, doing time for the family is no piece of cake, but the family looks after its own, okay? So how'd the deal go down? You sitting on some white gold?
Look, Sonny, we were set up. The deal was an ambush. Harry and Lee are dead.
You better be kidding me, Tommy! Tell me you still got the money.
No, Sonny. I don't have the money.
That was my money, Tommy! My money! You better not be screwing me, Tommy, because you know I'm not a man to be screwed with!
Wait, Sonny.
You have my personal assurance that I'm gonna get you your money back. And the drugs. And I'm gonna mail you the dicks of those responsible.
Hey, I already know that. You're not a fool, Tommy, but I warn you. Neither am I. If it was anybody else, you'd be dead already. But because it's you, because we got history, I'm gonna let you handle this.
Look, Sonny, Got my word.
I'll be in touch.
But yeah, that just really amuses me. You know, this guy, it's Henry Hill, the career mobster, and out of all the games, it's Animal Crossing to the point where he says that he's going to just keep the game disc and the game cube. But yeah, this is Ocean View Hotel. It's the first safe house that you get, and I don't know. I kind of have mixed feelings because I'm playing the trilogy out of order because I've played Vice City before 3, but yeah, here you've got a kind of a reference to 3 apparently. Well, it's also, you know, reference to that artist who did large reproductions of comic book scenes. I forget his name off the top of my head. But yeah, as we do more stuff in Vice City and progress the story, the safe house is going to change in appearance a bit. But yeah, the trilogy. So the trilogy is a reference to 3 games Rockstar developed. They're all built on the same engine, as I understand. So the trilogy refers to Grand Theft Auto 3, Grand Theft Auto Vice City, and Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Oh man, this is loud. I'm definitely going to have to adjust this. In post, at least. So yeah, Vice City. You can go around driving. You can commit crimes, of course, if you want to. Missions will pretty much involve crimes of some sort. But the important thing on the map is the big letters or other icons. They'll tell you who has work for you. In this case, it's just Ken Rosenberg at the moment. But we'll meet more people and be able to get more jobs done. Oh yeah, this is the other thing I really liked about Vice City. It introduced the property system. So you could, once you accumulate enough cash, you could purchase properties, some of which I think pretty much all of them act as safe houses. But yeah, some of the safe houses also have garages in which you can store cars that you want to keep. But let's check this out.